mess with it right now. I've got to flow. Now, that document, which we call the Declaration of Independence, that was approved by all 13 of the colonies and signed by the delegates that were there, basically proclaimed that all people were created equal, and their equality was in that they had certain inalienable rights, and that these rights were life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that the purpose of government was to secure these rights, and that if government somehow did not do that, it was the duty of and the responsibility of the people to replace that government with one that would. And ultimately what the colonists argued is this was the case with the current king in England. And so the Declaration of Independence is a definite, overt act of treason. Right? It's an overt act of treason. The people who signed the document were basically considered to be traitors to the British Empire. And their punishment could have been very severe, and in many cases, they suffered grievously for the decision that they made. Now, with the Declaration sort of proclaimed, right, now a war would ensue. And I think it's kind of dramatic and interesting. As that Declaration was being signed, 10,000 ships were in New York Harbor, unloading thousands of troops that were going to invade New York in an effort to defeat or put down the insurrection. Now, we can, I promise, just one more second, I promise this will be it. If you think about the Revolutionary War, you can think about it in three parts. The first part, the second part, and the third part, right? I mean, that's one way you could do it. The first part is in New England, and that's from Concord and Lexington through the Battle of Bunker Hill, through the evacuation of Boston, which I think is in the spring of 1776, where the British leave Boston. Right? That's the first part. After that, there's very little fighting in New England. The second part is when the British invade New York Harbor. And that's going to be in the summer of 1776. And then they are going to fight there right up through December of 1776, and that's when Washington crosses the Delaware, right? And in 1777, you have, sort of the renewed effort to defeat the colonists in New York, in the Middle Colonies. In October of 1777 is the only battle that you need to know in the entire Revolutionary War, that being the Battle of Saratoga. Why is that the most significant battle? That is in October of 1777. Yes, go ahead, dear Michelle.
It made France won. I don't listen to them.
So dear Michelle has said that the Battle of Saratoga is significant because it brought France into a formal alliance with now the recognized United States of America. France recognizes the United States as an independent country and agrees to join its fight and fight until Britain is willing to do the same. France's entrance into the war, the importance of that is not measurable. It's significant, it's measurable, it broadens the war to a global conflict and eventually assures that the Americans are going to be successful. Quickly, I promise. The third part of the war is when the war moves south. And the war moves south in the spring of 1778. That third part of the war ends with the British surrendering at Yorktown in 1781, which virtually ends the Revolutionary War. Now, we will pick up for you, Melissa, with the end of the Revolutionary War when we come back to our review sessions, which I think will be next Tuesday. So that's going to be Constitution building, Articles of Confederation, Constitution building, etc. If you want to look at it. Michelle, did you look